Hello all. This is going to be a video, totally amateurs, but maybe it'll help someone who is having the same issue as me. Anyway, I'm just getting into building my own guitars, and Fenders are easy to put together. And I put together this telly, and I've been working on and off on it for a couple years, uh, learning how to do wiring and such. And I decided that I wanted to balance out my pickups. I used to have a Seymour Duncan Saturday Night Special bridge in here, and it sounded really good. But I tried to do something with the wiring that didn't end up working. But for some reason, the tone I was getting was pretty good. Uh, then I decided to try and fix the guitar and properly wire it, and I lost that magic tone that I have. I had no idea how I got the tone that I had. It just happened. Anyway, I decided to balance out the pickups and put the two Phat Cats. I got a Phat Cat for the bridge. But when I rewired from my original mistake that I should have just left alone, I had noticed that the neck pickup, the P90, which used to sound good on how I miswired it, started to sound really bad when I had the volume all the way cranked up. And so I couldn't figure out why. So I did a standard wiring for Telecasters, was this a tone and a volume, and I did it properly. Did not solve the problem. So then I looked up on Seymour Duncan's website and found out that you can wire Phat Cats using two independent volume controls, one for the neck, one for the bridge, and then have a master tone control, which I did. And I was using the recommended 500K pots. Still had the same issue. I thought, okay, well, maybe it was a little too hot. So then I replaced all the pots with 250s, and I dropped the capacitor down to a 0.22 instead of the 0.47, 0.047 that was recommended. So I dropped it down from a 0.047 to a 0.022. And so I was hoping that that would take off some of the issues that I had, and it didn't. Have you listen to what I was hearing? And what I was hearing is not good. Now, yeah, it can be corrected if you turn the volume down, but you actually have to turn the volume down to about there, so about 6, before you get rid of it. Turning down the tone, and this is just for the neck pickup, turning down the tone does not do it. And you'll hear I'll move the tone up and down. And so I'm gonna stop here, let you hear what it sounds like with this wiring. Okay, so as you heard, I mean, there's some major crackling, distortion going off. Doesn't matter if I turn the tone up or down, whatever. And again, this is kind of a modified version of the Seymour Duncan wiring. Again, the other wiring did the exact same thing for the Phat Cats, the Phat Cat wiring. And it did the exact same thing with the different capacitor and the different pots. So I started watching lots of videos, and just again, I'm just starting to learn about what capacitors do and what resistors do and all this stuff does. I've been teaching myself and learning about it. And so just going off of what I was thinking about theoretically with how all this stuff works, I started thinking to myself, after messing with treble bleeds, well, what would happen if I took a resistor, because a resistor is supposed to resist the current. What if I took a resistor and I added that to the lead of the neck? That's what I started thinking. So at first I found that on one video I found that used resistors basically took the lead and it led it into where the lead went into. It took the resistor and then it would ground it to a pot. Or the video actually that I saw of a guy who does really nice wiring job, which maybe I'll put a link to his video on here. he actually had it where the lead would actually go into here on the switch, and then he put the resistor from this position, which is the neck position. I tried my camera's not focusing, for the neck position, and then he grounded it to the pot like that. Okay. I did try basically a version of that, and it didn't really do anything. Then I just got the idea, well, what would happen if I just took this lead, the neck lead, and I just ran it right through the resistor. And lo and behold, I did it, and it solved the problem. And so I don't know why. I know that maybe I lowered the output. This is a 220K resistor that is used in a Duncan treble bleed. I got a pack of 25 of them off of Amazon for like $5 or $6. It wasn't very much. So in any event, I want to let you listen to what this does. I'm going to turn the volume all the way up, just like I did. Play a G chord a couple times, mess with the tone, and let you hear the difference. All right, well, I have two different computers, so I can't really screen capture this and edit this video. But I just wanted to show you this. This is the original clip. This is what it looks like in Ableton, the sound waves. And these are the same chords strummed relatively the same level, but you can see this clipping in these signals. Look at this. Look at that clipping. And so that's without the resistor in there. That is with the resistor in there. Look at the difference. All right, just in case anybody wants to try and do this, I just want you to know I'm actually going to put a cover over this resistor going into the lead. That way it doesn't ground out or anything. So basically I just have my little resistor, and then I have some shielding that I'm going to use a hot gun on, a heat gun to shrink it, and then make it look pretty nice so that the wiring is more consistent with what I've already done. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's connected. I just made sure that I had a nice connection going out, and then I'll put a shield over that, and then I'm going to use that end to go into the lead for the pot, for the volume, main volume for the neck. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's all done. Yeah, I burned a little few things there, my cloth wire a little bit, but hey, whatever. The rest of it looks pretty good, and it's definitely in there, and it's shielded. So now we're going to put it back, and then